right there. That's where I camped. Now look. 1, 2, another hamburger. 3, 4. And over here. 5. All right, I'm down the trail about a mile, and at camp last night, I made camp pretty early, and I was set up by, completely set up by 6. I had my water, everything. I was going in for the last time. I wouldn't even, because it would be dark in another hour or so, but I was going in laying down. And then it wasn't maybe 15 minutes, and I started hearing people. I heard a few of them come in there and start setting up. Sounded like they were looking at water, going to get water. And then I didn't hear the other ones, but they didn't make a lot of noise. They're just regular noise. They're just regular talking. So, it woke me up right away. I mean, I was just starting to doze off. And then I didn't hear them no more. So I guess my mind must have got used to them. I woke up 2 o'clock in the morning and adjusted my hammock. I get pretty confident. I just want to make an adjustment on it. And I dropped my hammock, made it a little more comfortable, and I was right back to sleep. I got up this morning, I stepped out and looked, and I was surrounded by a city. There was a whole city attendant. So there's most definitely thru hikers. And it looked like, I don't know, one or two of them setups, I'm not sure if they're thru hikers. I know maybe one of them had a really light tent, but you just don't know. I don't know. At any rate, if they're northbound, I'll see them at Suwadi. So we'll see later on this morning. I'm sure they'd stop there, especially if they're thru hikers. They no doubt, because it's walking distance to get ice cream, and the thru hikers at this stage of the game, everybody's reading all the comments and everything else on far out. So he's unless they're just brain dead, or they're real fast, or they're just eating up so many miles they don't even pay attention, and which is possible. Some of them do that, but. All right, let's go. See where we're at. There's a blaze. Yeah, I think about 6 miles to get to the gap, Suwadi Gap. But I got to go across this down here. And this is the first time I've walked on anything like this in a long time on the AT right here. This is pretty cool. I got to pay attention where it comes off at, but I got a climb ahead of me, about an 800-foot climb, something like that, 600 foot, something like that. It's a good climb. Then I got it before I go down to the next gap, and all that's got to be done in the next, I guess, 5.5, 6 miles. So let's get it done. Now let's see why the AT dropped down to this rock road. That's right up to this rock road. It's got to cross this creek, and this is probably a concrete steel bridge right here, or steel bridge. But look, that Sistens. But look at this gorge, how it's gouged. Look at that embankment over there, all dug in. So that tells you this is any other type of bridge they put up here would just be wiped out. I mean, just wiped out. Tough place to put a footbridge. Wait, look at this gorge here. All right. Now we're across it. The AT will quickly get off this. Yeah, let's see how that works. And we're going to go this way. The village of Ross Gap stood here from 1828 to 1910. Peak population of 1,000 plus people. Industries were coal mining and railroad equipment repair. The mines were not productive, and the railroad moved its operation in 1872. So there's maybe the water's not contaminated as bad, huh? I don't know. But it makes sense. They would have had a good flowing creek right here for a grist mill. Yeah, that bridge is built. It's concreted on bunkers on both sides. Solid steel going across. And that's the only thing that keeps it from getting wiped out. No doubt. No doubt. All right, let's go. Water crossing, Beaver Dam ahead. What? Am I reading that right? What? What? It's a peaceful little running creek right now. But the embankment over there and this doggone valley, this gorge, tells a different story. Alright, let's go this way. Oh man, I'm gonna go down into an enchanted forest now. Alright, let's go. This is a big bog. This is a creek. This is a creek goes right through the middle of it. But why did these trees die? Did it just get high for too long or something? I don't know. But it's like a boggy area. That's what the sign was. The beavers, damn, the beavers did this. The beavers did this. All right, I gotta work my way through here. Yeah, I almost forgot that beavers are nature's landscaping engineers. They can make whole ecosystems like that down there. Think of how many beaver lakes you've heard on, you see on maps. Beaver Lake, you know, it was originally made by me. But yeah. I was wondering what do you think the landscape would have looked like in a lot of parts of the place if they hadn't beaver skin hats were so popular in the 1800s, they killed them all out here. So it'd probably be a whole different landscape, or at least it'd be different. Yeah. Alternate dry route at AT 1.6 miles that way, but water crossing Beaver Dam ahead is that Appalachian Trail, because that's what the Appalachian Trail does. It goes over stuff like that. Oh God, I gotta go. Guess they must weed eat this. You won't be able to see the rocks if they didn't know. Jeez. That's like a misty fog, like a cloud between two mountains drifting across. There's a road way down there, it looks like. That looks like a road down there. That's a house down there? No. Yeah, that's houses. Way down there. I can see them clear without the camera, but yeah, I don't know about houses down there. They look like one house or one building. I wouldn't know exactly what it was. Some kind of white building. All right, let's go. I can hear noises way off in the distance. I looked down there real good with the naked eye. It was 4 lanes way off in the distance down in that cut way down there. A 4-lane highway. So high-speed traffic, I guess. So I could see something. I could see it moving like little ants. But I'm not sure how far we are away from major cities, but it's from Pennsylvania. I guess I've been doing this for half a mile. The whole top's gonna be like this. There's a cell tower over there. I think I cross a couple roads and then go a little ways, cross another road, and I think I gotta climb over that ridge. But it's not really a big climb. I could just go straight up and we're over it. And then we go down to Sawadi Gap, I believe. I think it's not far. It's about an hour away. While I'm hiking up, I'll be hiking over a little over an hour. So almost there. Ain't but a couple miles. A little more than 2 miles. Oh, you got 2 roads here? Ooh, I'll go straight down. Let's get across there. I don't hear nobody. Got another one. That one kind of busy. I hear another road. Wonder if the engineers have looked at this one. First we gotta check if it's a trail, because there's something other. Yes, there's a white blaze. This is the AT. I'm putting the camera down. This thing looks flimsy. That was better. We got 2 boards on this one. But, well, imagine when it gets wet. Whew. Actually, that's slicker. They're closing in on 11 o'clock. It's dark down here. Now that gap should be right down here, so it shouldn't be too far away from the... I took my one and only break up there at the top for about 10-15 minutes. I'd have been there already. But I'm looking forward to eating this, checking this place out and eating a pizza and drinking a cold drink. I am hungry. There's a trail where it crosses right there. How it comes across. I think that's it right there. I think that's the place. Yeah, let's go check it out. What's this say? I took a shower. Appalachian Trail is still right over there. Right up there passing the cars right across. It goes on down there. And there's some people coming in to camp. I'm camping up in the woods up there. Here's the resupply shed. I've already spent $40 on junk food. Pizza, a sub, Cokes, ice cream. 48 every bit of it. 40 bucks. You're right down, tab. I done divvied up with a guy. And now I'm just hanging out charging this phone up. I'm gonna be heading on back up to, this is it. This is Stayawati. I'm not even sure what the mile is. 1185 northbound mile. Yeah. Oh. But the hike out of here would have been 1,000 foot. Or actually a little more than 1,000 foot. 2.4 miles just to get to a flat spot to do my hammock. You know, I mean, when you're going straight up a trail, a narrow rocky trail, you can't camp on that. You can't hammock on it. You can't do it. You just got to climb. And it's 2.5 miles of climbing before I get to. You get to that, where it flattens out. You can find places along the trail or in the woods, usually up there. And there's a camping spot where other people have camped, and that's about 2.4 miles up there on the top. That's where you want to head to cool off. That's where I was going to head to. But this comes out better. I got a shower. I think $15.75 or $15. What I had to pay that online. That gave me a my tent spot, a shower, and I did my clothes. So I've got clean clothes on. I got all the grime off my ankles, all the mud and stuff. And I'm cleaned up. And my underwear's clean and all that stuff. So I'm feeling much better. Plus I've been eating a lot of junk food, but it's still, I do a good roast beef sub. He had lettuce and stuff on it that he had for that. It cost me like $9. Pizza, just running cardboard pizzas. He's got some pizza ovens. You throw it in a pizza oven and eat it, and it's about what you pay at the dollar store. It's a $10 pizza. I think I paid with Tony's Pizza. I think I paid $10 for it. So that was about dollar store prices. His resupply is not too bad. Some of it's jacked up convenience store prices, but that's all right. But and he said he has had problems with people coming up here just stealing from him too. Which is, it's not hikers, it's people from the. I think so. All right, let's look at, and it's car's got the headlights on. It's almost dark. No, this camera picks up light pretty good, but it's almost dark. I'm fixing to go up there and lay down. I need to get a little bit of resupply. I ain't sure where I'm going to go. I'm not sure where I'm going to go tomorrow. I'm thinking if I go up and over this hill, this next mountain, it's going to be about 10 miles. I come down another highway and I can get to a place called Pine Grove. And it's got if I can get a ride in there. I downloaded the Uber app, so I might take an Uber. We'll see. We'll figure it out.